To factor any polynomial is to express it as a product of two or more polynomials which are irreducible. That is, polynomials which cannot be factored into polynomials of lower degree. There are several techniques in factoring polynomials. These are the common factor of highest degree, difference of squares, quadratic trinomial, perfect square trinomial, difference and sum of cubes, and by grouping.
Okay, good day everyone. For this video, we'll be discussing one of the techniques in factoring polynomials, which is the quadratic trinomial. Okay, so a quadratic trinomial follows the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is equal to 1 and b and c is any number. Okay. This technique uses a trial and error method also, or I call it the TAI method. Trial and error method. It's because we'll be trying, try until higugmaon ka niya. Just kidding. Okay, until we'll get the right factors. Okay, so before we proceed to our example, let me remind you first that you need to have these necessary skills. First, we have finding factors, adding integers, multiplying polynomials, dividing polynomials, and special polynomials. Okay, so there are students who are still confused on how to operate integers, then they tend to study factoring polynomials. So the first thing they are going to do is master the necessary skills before learning factoring polynomials. So we also have adding, multiplying, and dividing polynomials, and also the special polynomials as our prerequisite skills before learning factoring polynomials, because it is hard for us learning the topic without the prerequisite skills. Like me, when I was in high school, math is my hate subject, or the hardest subject for me, but I made it as a challenge by answering worksheets or any questionnaires and practicing necessary skills. Because in mathematics, practice really makes progress. That's why if you want mathematics to love you, you need to love mathematics first. Okay? So constant practice will hone your skills. So make an effort if you want mathematics to love you. Pareha sa gugma o gusto ka higugmaon, pag-effort. Okay? Okay, so let us now proceed to our example on how to factor polynomials applying quadratic trinomial. So again, quadratic trinomial follows the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is equal to 1 and b and c is any number. So let's have an example. We're going to factor x squared plus 12x plus 20. So again, applying the trial and error method. So we're going to apply trial and error method. So first things first, we're going to think of a number in which if you are going to multiply, the result is the third term. Then if you are going to add, the result is the numerical coefficient of the second term. So that is b. So again, think of two numbers in which if you're going to multiply, the result is c. So if you're going to multiply, so times. Then if you are going to add, the result is b, the numerical coefficient of the second term. So if you are going to add. Okay, so let us try. Applying the trial and error method, we are going to think of the factors of 20. Let us list down all the factors of 20. So what are the factors of 20? Let's say factors of 20. Let's say 1 times 20. We also have 5 times 4, or 4 times 5, and we also have 2 times 10. Okay, so we have factors of 20, 1 times 20, or 20 times 1. We have 5 times 4, or 4 times 5, and we also have 2 times 10, or 10 times 2. Okay, so with these factors, which of the three has a sum of 12? So if we're going to add, the sum is 12, or the numerical coefficient of the second term. Okay, so 1 plus 20, 21, 5 plus 4 is 9, 2 plus 10 is 12. Okay, so the factors for 20, which has the sum of 12, is 2 times 10. Okay, so by the way, it is a quadratic, so therefore we have 2 factors. We have 2 factors. Okay, so we have 2 factors. The first term is x squared, so we're going to split x squared. That is x and x. Okay, or x times x is x squared. And then our factors, or each of the factors, should have 2 terms, or it is a binomial for each of the factor. So we split x squared, so that is x and x, because we used variable x. Okay, then after that, what is that number or 2 factors in which if you are going to multiply, the answer is, the product is the third term, and then if you're going to add, the answer is the middle term, or the numerical coefficient, the middle term. So what is that? Factors of 20, which has a sum of 12, that is 2 and 10. So positive 2 and positive 10. Okay, so let us try to check. We have 2 times 10 is 20, and 2 plus 10 is 12. Okay, that's right. So if you want to check if your answer is correct, let us apply the FOIL method. Okay, let us apply the FOIL method. Let's erase this one first. Okay, so let us now apply the FOIL method. So FOIL method, that is first, outer, inner, and last. So we have multiply first the first terms. We have x times x is x squared. Then outer x times 10. We have positive 10x. Then the inner 2 times x, that is 2x. And then 2 times 20, the last, we have positive 20. Okay, so let us simplify. Oh, wait. Okay, so let us now simplify. We have x squared plus 10x plus 2x, that is 12x, then plus 20. So upon checking, we get the given x squared plus 12x plus 20. So therefore, our factors for x squared plus 12x plus 20 is x squared. No, x squared. X plus 2 times x plus 10. So these are the factor for x squared plus 12x plus 20. Okay? So let's have another example. So factor x squared minus 2x minus 35. So again, what are we going to do? We are going to get the factors of 35. Okay, so negative 35. So we have 5 and 7. That is 5 times 7 is 35, or you can have negative 5 times 7 is negative 35, or 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. What else? We have 1, 1 and 35. So it's negative, so we can have either negative 5 as negative, or say 5 times negative 7. Okay, so negative 5 times 7 is negative 35, 5 times negative 7 is negative 35, or another factor, we have negative 1 times 35, that is negative 35, or 1 times negative 35 is also negative 35. Okay, so we're now going to identify which of the four has a result, or if we're going to add, the result is negative 2. Okay, so let us try to check. Negative 5 plus 7 is positive 2. Okay, then negative 1 plus 35 is positive 34, or 1 plus negative 35 is negative 34. Then the last one, 5 plus negative 7 is negative 2. Okay, so 5 plus negative 7, applying the signed numbers or adding numbers. So 5 plus negative 7, unlike sign, subtract, then copy the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number is 7, then the sign is negative, so therefore the answer is negative 2. So we got we have the factors 5 and negative 7. So again, we go x squared, it is a quadratic, so we're going to split up x squared. So we have x and x. So our factors again, we have 5 and negative 7. The two numbers in which if we're going to multiply, the answer is negative 35, and the sum is negative 2 is 5 and negative 7. So x plus 5 and x minus 7. Okay, so let us try to check if we got the correct answer. Let us try to check applying the FOIL method. Okay, so applying the FOIL method, first multiply x times x, that is x squared. Then x times negative 7 is negative 7x. Then 5 times x is positive 5x. And 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Negative 35. Okay, so simplify, we have x squared, negative 7x plus 5x. Again, unlike sign, subtract, so 7 minus 5, that is 2. Then copy the sign of the bigger number. The bigger number is 7, the sign is negative, so we have negative 2, copy x, then copy negative 35. Okay, so we now have the given x squared minus 2x minus 35. So we got the right answer. So therefore, the factors for x squared, x squared minus 2x minus 35 is x plus 5 times x minus 7. Okay, so that's it for quadratic trinomial.